What's going on YouTube? This is Rob A, and today we're going to be taking a look at Mega Bloks Call of Duty Hovercraft. This set has 2,795 pieces and retails for around $180. And as you can see, it is ginormous. This box is taking up my entire desk space. And I have to hold the camera. I apologize for the shaky cam, but I'm just out of room, unfortunately. So as you can see, it comes with a bunch of micro action figures. I guess looks like 4, maybe more. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a whole lot going on here. So we're just going to try and take it one step at a time. As you can see, super high detail going on here. Really nice looking overall, at least from the box. And this is the largest Call of Duty set that you can get. It is part of the collector series of the collector construction sets. So this is like their, their mammoth set, or their, whatever, huge giant things. So I'm going to try and turn this guy around, and we'll take a look at what's in the box. Okay, got to do this in bits. All right, there we go. So, looking at the back of the box, you can see you've got a nice big opening here. You can actually fit the other Mega Bloks vehicles onto this, including the tank, the Abrams tank there. I got some very nice detailing all over the place. Super excited about that. Yeah, it looks, again, like 4 micro action figures come in this set. I think that might be a little light, but, well, overall, it looks like a really nice, huge set overall, so hopefully that will not be a problem. As you can see, 48 accessories you get in this set. A ton of stuff, including a gold sniper rifle, which is pretty cool, and looks like maybe a gold pistol as well. And just a ton of stuff. Just an absolute ton of stuff. So it doesn't float. It's fully brick built. There's no like hollow bits to make this thing float. I wouldn't have anything large enough to contain it anyhow. It looks like you've also got like some really nice looking doors and just all kinds of cool stuff going on. So I'm gonna stop talking about this box. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. That is the thickness of the top of this box. Absolutely insane. So I'm gonna put this together, and I'm gonna hope, oh my goodness, I hope that there are numbered bags in here. Because even the average size Mega Bloks sets can be very tedious just because all of the pieces are like the same color, and there's just so many of them. So I can't even imagine on a set like this. I hope there are numbered bags. If not, it may be a bit longer until I finish this review. So wish me luck, guys. I'm going to take on the Hovercraft. Alright guys, so here is the Hovercraft. And as you can see, it is rather large, to the point where I had to kind of switch my environment. So I do apologize if the lighting is not quite as bright. But I am currently at my dining room table. So yeah, as I said, very large ship, and we will get our little measuring stick out here. This company that may no longer exist, I don't know, but it's even longer than my quite long ruler. So it's actually about 21, maybe 22 inches long, and roundabouts 14 inches wide. So yes, pretty big. For those of you elsewhere, it's like 54 centimeters and about 36 centimeters wide. Alright, so on to the ship itself. As you can see, it is very large and very, very nicely detailed. I do, however, want to get a few negatives just out of the way, because I really do like this thing, and I don't want the negatives at the end of the review to really, I don't know, be a bummer for the rest of it, like kind of end everything on a negative note, because I really do like this model. But there are a few things I want to talk about. A few things that Mega Bloks if you guys happen to be watching this, could maybe do to really really improve upon the overall building experience. And I did have a good experience building this overall, but I think there is certainly room for improvement. For starters, the bags. The bags were not numbered on some. Well, okay, the bags were numbered, but the thing is, the instructions didn't coincide with those numbers at all. There was really no point to having the bags numbered because you had to still open you had to open bag number 14 for step 1 or whatever. So that really didn't help. The set itself came in 2 big boxes inside that large box, which I guess was fine, except again, the pieces inside those boxes still had to be all emptied out at once because the box 1 had nothing to do with like the first section of the ship. And the build is split into 3 sections, basically, and then the end. So that's just something to think about. You can have, if you're gonna, number the bags. And I know some people don't like their bags numbered because they want the experience. Oh, I'm here to build, man. I'm not here to follow, baby steps or whatever. And that's fine. You know what? If the bags and the instructions are numbered, you don't have to follow that. It's one of those, like, it sucks to not have it. It doesn't make a difference to have it if you don't want it there. Another thing is some of the pieces I got. I was missing a few pieces. Some pieces were the wrong color. For instance, on these little back tail areas, I actually ran out of the little ridgy pieces, and I was very careful to make sure that I had not used it incorrectly somewhere else in the model. I went back and I double checked everything, and it took absolutely forever. So I had to use another flat piece that was left over, and I'm glad there were a few leftover pieces. But yeah, there's that. Also, I don't know if you can see it back there. There were not enough of these gray little pieces, and I had to use a gold one. And there were no gold ones, I think, used anywhere else in the set, maybe in the front. But either way, that was a bummer. And one of these pieces, I ran out of the dark gray and had to use a silver one, which I think was put in there mistakenly. And that's mostly it. One other thing is definitely in the instructions for Mega Bloks, what they could really do is find a better way to differentiate the colors of the bricks, because you're using a lot of these black pieces for the entire base of the ship, and in the instructions, it starts to get really, really muddy, and you have a real hard time picking out, in regular lighting, kind of like where where I am now. You have a real hard time picking out where, what bricks are what and where everything is supposed to go, and even which ones you're supposed to pick out, because you got a lot of these black bricks, and then you got a lot of these really dark gray, kind of metallic bricks, and a lot of times it's nearly impossible to tell which one is supposed to be which, to the point where I had to pull things off, midway through because I found I'd used the wrong color, here or there. And maybe you could just put like a little sparkle on the picture of the bricks when they're supposed to be these metallic ones, just things to think about, But with that said, I just wanted to get all the ranting kind of out of the way, so we can get into this ship itself. Alright, so on to the ship itself. I had to quickly change my battery in that thing, in my camera. So here we go. We're going to start, of course, with the micro action figures. We're going to turn this guy around so we can kind of see him. We'll start out over here with our little pilot guy, question mark. I'll just pop that right back down. Come on. There we go. Alright, so you get 4 micro action figures in this set. None of them are named on the packaging, so I don't know who they are. You guys can debate amongst yourselves politely who you think they are. But we do get this guy. He does not get armor or anything like that. He's got what look like slacks of some kind. And just nice little shoes. And he's got a little pocketed shirt. And somewhat derpy face. That's, you know, it's going to happen. But yeah, I'm guessing he's the guy that pilots the thing? I don't know. But you get him. So there's that. You get this guy with this little, come on, little skull symbol on the back of his helmet here. And he looks like he is ready to wrestle with people. He's got a little submachine gun. And some very cool accessories going on here. So, you get that guy. You get this guy over here with the golden sniper rifle. It's very shiny. So you do get that included as well. Not the best camouflage, is solid gold sniper rifle. But you do get this very cool snazzy looking guy here. Some very nice armor. He's also got US printing on his sleeve. And paint on his knees. So you get that guy as well. And last but not least, you get this dude down here with the silver sniper rifle. And it's just kind of the same guy we've seen before, the little hat and glasses dude. And just kind of, you know, your regular fare, just like so. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, we can take a look at this. And ooh, I'm having a hard time with space, even with my entire kitchen table kind of going on here. But very, very nicely done overall. I'm going to turn it around for you slowly so you can kind of take it all in. Come on. Really, really nicely detailed. I love all the little pipes going along the front here. Really, really nice little touch. You can see these are kind of little hallway areas. You can actually get in and out of these back rooms. And I'll show you that shortly. And of course the fans back here with the adjustable kind of, not shutters, but little kind of guidance sort of things. You can spin this little rod back here and it spins the fan. Very, very cool. And you get that on both sides, of course. This one doesn't spin quite as freely, but that's alright. There we go. Turn it around. You get some nice little tools in there. You get wrenches and more wrenches. And over on the other side you get hammers and screwdrivers and etc. Some very nice printing along the sides here. Air inlets. LCAC. Danger. So very, very nicely done overall. Back around the front here. And so you've got a bunch of stuff going on. Well, you've got a nice clear area here. But first I want to show you guys like all the little rooms and things. So first, over on this side, you can see there's the little chest here. Oh, a little piece falling out of it. And you got that going on. I do wish they'd kind of change the design on these. The pieces do tend to want to slip through these little cracks in the bottom. So maybe just have the bottom not not feature these, or at least if they're gonna have these, then have the inside like covered up or something. I don't know, but you do get one of those little chests. There's some cool stuff in there that we'll get to shortly, but for right now I'm just gonna put it off to the side. But it does slide right in there on the side here. Whoops, having a hard time here. So let me zoom on in. And you can see you've got these nice little doors, hatches, whatever you want to call them. And they open up to get you inside here. And then up on the top, see this little guy. And this you can pull down. And you can see there's a nice little weapon rack with all kinds of cool tools and weapons in there. And that is actually on both sides. If I can get this one open. There we go. You got one on both sides of the ship. And then back here, kind of scoot this thing around. Back here, you can open up these little doors. Just like that. And you can see the engines inside there are attached back here to do the spin the fans. And there are also these little panels that you can pop off to access in here should you so desire. But I just think that's a really nicely done design, and that again is on both sides of the model. You can get both little things. So you do get some repetition in the build. I will say that. So it's good in something this large in general to take some breaks when you're building, just so you don't get fatigued by the whole repetition of it. But this one's not so bad. It's this midsection here that really can get you. So what I did was I built one side and then I just had some lunch and refreshed myself a little bit and then came back and finished the other side. But that said, you can also pop these bits off, and you can see the I don't know if this is a smokestack or something of that nature, but these rotate around. I don't know if they do that on the actual kind of thing, but you can see very nice solid construction going on here. This is all like solid brick, and it's got the air inlets printing on the side, but basically it opens up so you can actually see inside. You've got a nice little bench for your guys and little pegs to hold them on securely, and then over here you can pop this side off as well, and inside here you've got a little area like a navigation kind of room, I would think. That's what it looks like. And of course the hatch door opens as well, and it's got the little tunnel going on. So very cool. All this stuff opens up. You can pry the top off of this if you wanted to see inside the motor housing and all that, but it doesn't easily pop off. You'd have to pry it off all the studs, but can do that. And then on the other side here, this is going to be exactly the same, of course, as that side, with the little bench and the seating, and of course close that up so it's kind of sitting in a little armory, so you got that going on. And again, the detailing really nicely done on all of these. And then this side can also pop open, and you've got your kind of captain's seat or driver's seat. I'm not sure why the chair is here in front of the dials and things, and then the steering bit is over here. I guess they just have to stand to steer it? I don't know. I really don't know. Such things are beyond me. But you got little steps going down into the rest of the ship. So really, really cool. And yeah, I'll do this. You can see underneath this guy here. Basically, it's probably hard for you to see because it is all just black pieces, but you've got lots of these little clear circular bits to let it glide along, and then tons of solid long bricks to kind of keep everything going along there. So very, very cool. On to a couple other features here, and we'll show those off in just a second. Okay, so you guys may have noticed all these little bits on the front here, and I'm sure you figured it out already what these are for. You can go ahead and turn these little locking pieces out to the side, and then pull these ramp plates down. Another thing is these ramp plates don't hold together terribly well. I don't know if it's the plastic that they're made out of, but it'd be nice just to have those hold a little more securely, and also especially if there are a way to actually connect them together side by side so you don't have three separate ramps to kind of raise and lower, but that's okay. Go ahead and get that reconnected and fold those down, and you've got yourself a nice little ramp. You can do the same on the other side. It's just 2, not 3 wide. But so once you have this down, what you can do is you've got your Abrams tank from the first wave of these Call of Duty sets, and you can of course roll it on up. A little help here. There you go. Roll it on up. And if you have this tank, you can kind of see, going by how large the tank is, really get an idea of how big this hovercraft is. And with this tank, you get, well, not with the tank, but with the hovercraft, you get these extra pieces. You can see these little hooks in here. And what you do is you grab your little chest and you pop it open. Okay, and there's a ton of chain in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you grab some of these little hooks. Alright. And then you pop these little bits out, like so. And on your tank, they actually have these little holes at the back and at the front. And you pull these guys out of your hovercraft and you plug them into your tank. Like so, and they have them at the front as well. Just plug it right in there, like so. I guess that's one way to do it. Let's pull that right off. And of course, just plug it in. There we go, just like so. Now, you've got your tank in the middle. You've got your hooks. You've got your chains. And you can put the little hook onto this, onto those, just like so. Here, we'll pull this around so you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. We'll actually get this down. Let's lower the ramp. Sorry this is taking a long time, guys. I just want to show you this because I think it's pretty awesome. I'll actually just lift these up for the moment. Alright, so you got your chain. can stick another hook right in there, and then stick it in the loop here. And basically you can do that on all four sides and then secure your tank with the chains. How awesome is that? Super, super awesome. That's how awesome it is. So yeah, and that's, you know, that's your hovercraft in a nutshell. There's a whole lot going on here that really it's best to just experience for yourself. It is a very long build. It took me a couple of days on and off to actually put it together. Part of that was, yes, because, you know, the instructions can be a little confusing at times. You also get a bunch of extra accessories, ammo and pockets and things like that, and all the other hooks, of course. But yeah, really, really awesome set. Super huge. Overall, an enjoyable building experience for sure. Just seeing it all come together. And when I inevitably have to disassemble this beast for storage or whatever, I'll separate the three sections into, you know, separate bags, and then put all that in one large bag so I'll know better where everything goes in the future. But aside from a few nitpicks that I already went over in the beginning, really, really awesome set, guys. A whole lot of fun. And I'll admit it's got a little bit of nostalgia value for me as well, because I had the G.I. Joe hovercraft when I was a kid, and it was like my favorite thing ever. I don't think I had any of the pieces left by the time I was done with it, but I still loved it to death. But this set is really super nice. I really do like it a lot. I think they did a fantastic job on it. My kudos to the designers. They keep getting better and better with the overall design, with the stability and the quality of the designs and the builds. So definitely really cool, one to look for. And I'm really excited to see what they have for the Call of Duty sets in the future. So I think that's going to do it for this review, guys. It was a long one, but it's a big set, and it needed a big to do or something. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, I've got more Mega Bloks coming up. Hopefully, I think. Yes, more Mega Bloks Call of Duty. So keep an eye out for that. Assassin's Creed, etc., etc. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.